Yo, what's up, everybody? Doing another dev stream. I guess more like an art stream, but it's for the game. I like I said, I think I said last time I got the file folder structure done, but I got to recover the original scene layout for each of the uh, important scenes, like the levels, like everything. Every single scene that I made, I gotta rebuild them, and I have a backup, and I'm just gonna just do it manually because I don't know. I was really systematic about it. I think that made it harder because I could have did it like I could have trickled it in. I could have made the new stuff, exported the new stuff, and then renamed it so I know it was the new one, and then kept everything the same. Dragged and dropped it in. I just slowly replace and delete things, but I went the freak. I nuked everything basically because there's a lot of parts to all those scenes, and I didn't want to get mixed up and confuse myself. So I'm just gonna uh, not mirror. I guess mirror. I don't know. It's fine though. It's whatever. That's just how I did it. Um, this guy's coming along pretty good. It's just this ridge. I'm not sure about on the head. This ridge is kind of thick. Could make it smaller. If I make it too big, it's gonna look stupid. The goal is to put a creepy face on it. I don't know how this is gonna work. I mean, so far I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. I like it because it's gonna have two different forms, one without armor. Oh, hi, Spears. Thank you. Yeah, it's there's a lot of work left I gotta do on it. The legs and hands, as I said before, I'm not worried about that. It's just the pelvis, this torso. The head is basically done. I just gotta paint the face when I get to that. And I think I'm just gonna mark the whole scene right here is gonna be marked. That's getting marked. And then the horn is also gonna get marked because I want that to look nice. Because this is an ancient alien uh, I guess they're robots now. I don't know. I guess androids. It's an ancient android race. Whether they used to be mortal or not, whether they used to be biological or not, is unknown. Nobody knows. As far as they know, they have biological components that look biological, but they're completely metal. Like the rib cage and the spine. There's a lot of elements that are biological looking. Yeah. Right now, I'm just making tubes. These are like hoses for like some sort of fluid. It's something don't look right here. Oh, I see. I just need it. I rotated it there. That's what it was. I think it's just that. It's so it's like nanite fluid. Exactly. There's tubes. it's nanite fluid, so it injects it into the metal. The metal is actually a separate material. So there's like two materials. There's like little tiny nanite robot things, and then they regenerate the metal material. So they got hyper regeneration, which makes them hard to kill. They are killable though. You just have to do enough damage to so they can't regenerate. Well, I wanted to make them like basically like zombies, but zombies can't regenerate. So, but they can kind of last long. The problem is this wouldn't make sense because this is like an ancient robot race. They're gonna have really good technology, so it doesn't make sense that they can't repair their stuff. That just seems really weird. I like the tubes going through the looping through the rib is pretty cool, but it doesn't make any sense. It's fun, but it's don't make any sense. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. Because I'm thinking from like a biological standpoint, the ribs are actually they're both. They're for stability, but they're also for protection as well. 'Cause it holds your organs in protective wall. The problem is these tubes are more like intestines, but this is also the only organ they have besides their brain. Or I should say organ-like. This is the only other organ thing they have, organ-like thing they have, besides their brain and the wires. Everything else is just metal, or like uh, hydraulic / servo related, movement related stuff. I could save a lot of time if I just if I take that. Because my original design idea was to make them grotesque and have all the tubes just hanging off of them like flesh, and just kind of like pulsing and bulging, and like you would be able to see the fluid moving and pulsing through it. But that would make them really dumb because you could just, it's open and exposed, you could shoot it, it would spill out, and then they would run out of whatever this fluid is, they would run out of it because and they have, right? And then if they have armor, they get covered anyways. But I have a plan for that. I have a way to fix it though. I have a solution to fix it, but I can't tell you the solution. The solution is a secret. I cannot tell anybody what that is. It's a genius solution. I love it. At least it makes me feel like a big brain. Yeah, exactly. It's just something you have to wait to see. I can't see. I'm gonna time this ribcage. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, I see the problem now. Yay! I tried. Also, that was I'm gonna have to do that. That's messed up. Rotate this. Like that. Now I should be able to grab it. And then move it over and then rotate it. There we go. This is kind of poly heavy, but I think it'll be fine since the arms, like all the other parts, like the limbs, are going to be pretty low poly because they're going to interlock like an actual machine. So when I go to weight paint them, there's not going to be a gradient. Everything's going to be 1-to-1 because it's not flesh, it's metal. So I think because of that, I can get away with some extra polys on this, because this is a pretty important. These tubes are pretty important detail. It's like part of their identity. Because it's creepy. They're creepy robots. At least that's the goal. We'll see. It all hinges on that face. I gotta get this face just right, because this hat looks kind of goofy. I'm liking this so far, though. It looks like guts. Like, it looks gross. It's convincing. And the lower tubes they're gonna have like armor plating down here. It's gonna be like some sort of armor plating, just with the texture. And then shit. And then obviously it already has an armor casing. I'm gonna actually loop cut that just so I can cheat. I love the mark seam, it's great. I can mark a seam and then I can get the whole object. If I do it right, I gotta do it right. I'm surprised it's not letting me. Oh, there you go. Okay, it just had to update. It wasn't refreshed. Nope. 90. I'm pressing so many hotkeys on accident. Ugh. Yep, that's the way I want it facing. I want this to be really crowded. My goal is to add physics to all these, so they kind of jiggle, wiggle, 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 which makes it even grosser. But we'll see. It shouldn't be hard. It should be pretty easy. I'm not going to animate it. I'm just going to use basic jiggly physics. They're going to have bones. Like, there will be bones in here. Not a lot. Maybe like 4 or 5 bones. I don't know. They're all going to share the bones. So this one big mass is going to share all the bones. Hopefully that's enough for a convincing effect, because I don't want to put more than 5 bones. That's a lot, and would just be annoying to work on. Plug this in right here, because there's nothing plugged into the back of it, because that looks cool. I can't see again, damn it. What is that? Is it the head? It's the head. Kinda. Oh, oops. Perfect. Now this is looking great. I'm okay. I'm liking this. I like where this is going. There we go. That looks wonderful. Look at that. It's all like knotted and weird looking. But there is a problem. This the main tube, the big one, is too big. We gotta scale it down a bit. Down. None of these need a bottom to them. It's just a waste of space. Faces. Bottom. Why is that doing that? Oh, I see. Thank you there. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Equipping. There we go. And then that looks much better. Because it was kind of like eating them. It was like devouring them. And I just couldn't. It was like illegible. Fix that. Perfect. Alright, the guts are done. Pelvis is probably going to be next. Yeah. I kind of want to work on the armor more. I need to go look up some references. Give me a second. I need to get the hair off my face tomorrow. My face itches. Well, shit. None of this is really helpful. All of this shit looks like Roman Greek armor. Like, the difference is barely... There's, like, no difference. Cheat! Alright, I'm just gonna make it up. I don't know if I can... I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I'll put a loop cut there and then grab this and make this come out. That looks pretty cool, actually. I'm just playing with the shapes. I don't actually know what the heck I'm doing. When I make stuff, I just make it up as I go. That's just how I do things. Oh, no, I screwed up. Fuck. I beveled the whole damn thing. That's fine. Bevel that. This bulge out. Make it fat. Ah, thank you. Some people they do the conceptualization process where they just build like a whole, like, I don't know how they do it. They just straight from their head they build like a whole character. And they make multiple different characters. And they just kind of combine it all together once they figure it out. I don't do it that way. I make the one character and I just keep tweaking it until I like it. It uses a lot of hard surface modeling, but that's kind of, it's retro art, so that kind of work. It goes hand in hand because it's, if you're trying to sculpt retro art, you're probably not gonna enjoy that. That sounds awful, to be honest. It seems like overkill. Oh, I like that. I want that effect right there. I think I want it all the way across the whole thing. Right here. I don't remember how I did that. Ah, dang it. How did I do that? I think it was an extrusion and I pushed it in. Oops. I think it was an extrusion. Hang on, let me do that again. Ah, wrong button. Yeah, I extruded it and then I pushed it in. So I could do multiple extrusions. Looks pretty cool. I kind of just want it all the way across, uniform. The problem with doing it that way is it looks like some sort of like symbolism, like it looks like a symbol, which if I make any symbols, I want them to have meaning. If I make any kind of pattern, it needs to have a meaning behind it, like some sort of like cultural meaning. All right, so hang on, I gotta redo that. Extrude it out. Yeah, extrude it out, and then scale it, and then push it in. Ooh, I don't have a lot of clearance because of the organs. There we go. That's what I want. That looks great. That's exactly what I want. This is a little tight. This is cutting it close. I'm gonna move this back. Also, the geometry, I gotta fix it because I like quads. So I gotta fix this. It just makes editing easier if I need to go back to that area. Now, if it's a finish, like if the area is exactly how I want it and I love it, and there's an opportunity to make some triangles to clean up the surrounding mesh so it flows with whatever it's connected to, I'll make triangles then. Never fear the triangles. They serve a purpose. It's to like taper things and to, you know, connect stuff that like might have higher quality, like higher poly stuff. You can connect it with triangles. As long as it don't interfere with your skinning or shading. Let's see. What else can I do? What if I do it again? What if I do it again? I'm getting crazy now. What happens if I do it again? Realistically, you probably should, what I'm doing right now, this is something you should do in your texture. Don't like hard, like this right here, you could totally just paint that on. That does not need to be modeled like that. That, however, you would have to model if you want it sticking out like that. Which I am going to do this. That's staying there. This This is going to be awesome. I know exactly what I'm going to do with this. This is actually, this right here is going to serve a purpose. A really important purpose, too. Because this goes, so the fluid inside the body, this is going to basically be a hose that can attach to a heavy weapon, and the fluid will make their heavy ammo for them, for their heavy weapon. If they're using a heavy weapon, this will be a hose that connects to their weapon. Or something like that, I don't know. Something related to that. I don't know if that's gonna be the full thing. Because they use energy weapons. So I guess not really ammo per se. Maybe like a regulator. Could be like a regulator. Yeah, that's, you know, that's just my style. I've always been that way. I love realism. Because, I, oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. When I was a little child, 10 years old, maybe younger, uh, I was playing Neverwinter Nights for the first time. I was probably like halfway through it. I was also into D&D, and I had a early epiphany realization that, like, hey, the main hero, he kills everything, or she, depending on which, you know, because you get to customize your character. But when you play through those games, you're killing a lot of humans. Some of them are prisoners, some of them are evil and corrupted, but the body count in RPGs is enormous. By the end of it, you probably killed hundreds, if not thousands, of NPCs, and it's like, who would want to be around that kind of person, right? Like, that's, like, yeah, you saved the world, but you also killed thousands and thousands, or hundreds and hundreds of people. Some of them were monsters, like actual, like, undead monsters. Um, but it's just a weird, there's like a really weird moral thing. As from my point of view as a kid, I was like, you know, they should probably add more social mechanics, so it's not just, you know, murder, 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 murder. One of the solutions, I think, is retreating enemies. That doesn't happen very often. Like enemies that are like, ah, fuck, I'm gonna die, and then they just run away and stop fighting. Because it gives the players the option to be bloodthirsty if they want to. Because you could chase them down and kill them. I'm struggling with this part. I mean, I think with those kinds of games, when they made it, they just didn't really think about the ramifications. It was, you know, it's just, you know, RPG, beat the bad guy, you're the hero, don't think about it too much. Like, even despite that, you know, they still make really good stories. There's really good writing, really good characterization, really good motives. But the game part, the game part really adds a weird morality to it. But it's also a game, so. Fair enough. You know, I can play any game. It don't matter to me as long as it's not like some weird person's uh allegory for real life. I don't like allegory games. Those are fucking disgusting. Um, but if it's just like violence, I don't care about that. It's fine as whatever. As long as the game's good and fun, it's fine. Yeah, that's it. Well, I think because that's just kind of what started gaming. It's kind of always been about that. Because even asteroids, you're shooting rocks and blowing up spaceships. Space invaders, you're killing space aliens. Like even board games, chess and checkers, you're always murdering the other opponent's pieces. I think just games in general just have a destructive aspect to it, which is fine as long as nobody's getting weird with it. As long as it stays a fantasy. Because I've been a dungeon master since I was a little kid, so I really like immersion. And having the main party heroes being, having an insane body count, it just kind of breaks my immersion a little bit. This armor's starting to look sick. It's got some more shape to it now. Undertale is as far as I know, Undertale is the only game that does that. Like all the way through the whole game. I mean, in Neverwinter Nights, you had many opportunities to spare people and roleplay, but the big bulk of combat was like mindless enemy attacks you. You can't stop them. They will always attack you no matter what you do. Uh, so yeah, a lot of games are like that. They just don't have the code, or rather the scripting. I guess code and scripting are the same thing. I've had so many people correct me on that. I don't even care anymore. Code, scripting, whatever. Um, in those games, they don't have those creatures, those enemies aren't set up to do anything else except be just destroyed. But it's also a game, so it needs that because it's a game. All right, that looks pretty cool actually. I'm gonna have to cut this. Maybe. Do I have a? All right, this is too crowded. I can't even see anything. Overcrowding. This needs to be rim. Let's prep the spine. That's fine. Just scoot that over. Yep. Connect the mesh flow. this into a poly. The triangle is actually probably fine because I need that there. This is a problem. Because now I got like a weird triangle going on here. Shit. I'm just gonna have to go across. Damn it. Technically, it's not a triangle. Freak. I want to build out the rim just to see what it would look like if I extrude it. Problem is there's that weird triangle. Ooh. Okay, I like it. I like it. I don't know how I feel about the front. We'll leave it for now. I can't dwell on it for too long. Actually, this rim helps with the hair, the robot connector hair shit. I like how the I like how the neck part protrudes out because it's like mostly protected, so I'm okay with this. The only problem is it needs. I gotta inset this. There needs to be an inset, an inlay, because it's right now it's just clipping and it looks kind of terrible. It looks cool, but it also doesn't look completed. It looks a little on the lazy side. So I'm gonna do that. I'll worry about that stupid triangle later. I'm just gonna fix this real quick. There we go. That should do it. And then this is going to extrude down. Now, if I push this down, it looks like it's supposed to be that way. Because the angle, it's going to be harder to see this mesh down here. Just this plane right here, because it looks, you know, it's clipping. But with the inset, it does not look like it's clipping. So now it looks like it's supposed to be that way. It's a little up because I'm gonna paint that black, and you won't even know. Like it'll just be like an illusion. Can I fix this? I don't know if I can fix this. I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix this over here. Maybe move it here, maybe. I don't want to connect that to the bone. Yeah, let's connect it. That looks fancy. Something ain't right here. Yeah, it's not lined up correctly. That's fine. I'll line it up later. Hopefully, it won't be too difficult. This. I could just make another triangle. Problem solved. There we go. Fixes that problem. Got a triangle right here. It's not a big deal. It's not even gonna move. Now I can go to the hair. I can put this where it needs to go. Is that a face? There's faces on these. There's not supposed to be faces. Hang on. I think I added a face on accident. This down. There. Right in the back. Just like this. shit, almost there. I can't see. There. Now, I gotta go back to the middle part. That in. I kind of like the angle, so hang on. I'm gonna make another loop cut because I like the angle. Perfect. Ah, that looks great. Ah, it's like a lightning bolt. That's cool. Alright. That was unintended. I'm gonna keep it though. I didn't mean for that, but it's cool. We're keeping that. Take this. Scale it down. Now, the connector was supposed to be the same size all the way through, but I'm hoping it's just not noticeable because it's getting tucked in the back here. Because now I can take this. Oh god, oh god, oh geez, oh god, oh geez. I need to hide the spine. I'm just gonna mark this whole thing. This is just one big chunk. Whole thing. Shit. Mark scene. Mark scene. 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 Should let me just select it and hide it. Yep. Sweet. Now I can get in here. Oops. Push that up. Wall. Back. Oops. Back. Fuck. Did I move anything else or was that it? I knew I grabbed something else. I could just tell. You gotta be careful with the X-ray mode. You grab the wrong thing. There, now, take this, extrude, push it down, this, extrude, push it down. Oh, what happened? I don't know what happened. I'm scared. So now we got a socket for the neck as well. That's where it plugs in at. Yeah, the way I can tell is the origin point of the axis. So if I select this and I hit X, the red line is directly on my edge. Doesn't matter which line I pick, the red line is always on it. But if I pick something really far away, let's say here, and then I click here, so they're both selected. Now if I'm focusing on this, look at the red line, it's nowhere near it. That's how I can tell it's messed up. That red line, if it's selected correctly, the red line should be centered. Especially if you bulk it up. Like it's Should always be near what you're working on. Right, this armor's looking pretty sick. Now it's gonna do the pelvis. I think we're almost done, because once the pelvis is done, I can do the arms, legs, hands, feet. Then I gotta connect the arms and the legs to the pelvis. Let's see. Yo, I tried. I gotta make up my own methods, so to speak. I'm just gonna start loop cutting this like crazy. Pull this down. Push this over like that. This. Push this in. Back. This out. Push it over. Take this down. Push it in. I try. It's just accumulated habits that I just learned for myself. Now I've watched a lot of tutorials and I've acquired knowledge from a lot of people as well. So like the tapering of when you mark a seam and you taper it off, it creates an island. Because I'd actually learned UVW from a tutorial instead of trial and error. Trial and error is not the greatest way to learn. As long as if you're having fun, trial and error is fine. But if you get stuck, you should really ask somebody, or either ask somebody for help or get help, or like look up a tutorial or something. Because you don't want to, because you'll get burnt out. You don't want to get burnt out. That's the last thing you want to do. Alright, so far it's just looking pretty good. Except this, maybe move it down. Unhide. I gotta unhide everything. I need the full picture. Yeah, exactly. Oh, shit. Fuck. Fuck. An extra. Fucking what the shit? No, don't extrude. Oh my god. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Get down. Like that. So that's where that's going to connect. It looks like shit because it's a separate object. I got to connect it to this piece here because the body and the pelvis are one solid piece. They don't bend. Except the spine. But that's different. Alright, so that'll be connected later when I join it. That's looking good. This is too spiky. It's got a spiky butt. That's weird. That's a weird butt. I still don't like it. I like that more. So the pelvis is done. I thought that was gonna be harder. That wasn't that bad. Alright, let me think. Unhide everything. I gotta put the sockets, which are just gonna be spheres. What time is it? Oh no, my overlay. Oh, okay. I really wish somebody told me about the select island thing, because you could do it in 3D mode, and oh my god, it makes things so much easier. My life would have been so much easier if I knew about that. Selecting islands is the best technique I've ever learned, and I love it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, once the arms and legs are on here, it's basically done. Um, the problem is, I I made a bunch of separate objects, so it looks really stupid. Or it's not lined up, I should say. It's all separate objects. Also, god damn, what the hell's wrong with my arm? Either something bit me or I cut myself. The fuck? Oh, my stupid hair. Can't see what the fuck is going on. That looks like a spider bite to me. Fucking dickhead. I did not, because I just assumed you couldn't do something like that. I just kind of... No, I said spider. Like a bug. It's like red. I'm trying to clean it, but it won't go away. It's just like red forever. Ah, that looks like shit. Oh yeah, that's definitely a bug bite. God damn. It was on my arm apparently. Man, if I keep getting bit, like man, I fucking hate this basement. God damn, it hurts. It is fuck. When I scratched it earlier, I probably just killed a spider. I thought it was a scab. I just probably fucking ripped a spider off my arm. I didn't even realize. I gotta go wash my hands. I'm gross. I feel gross right I was touching my face too. Hopefully I did not get this on my face. I washed my face off. In my arms, in my hands. Oh, God. Oh, man. That might explain why I felt like shit earlier. Just fucking bit by a goddamn spider. Or some bug, I don't know, a bug of some unidentified origin. Unknown. An asshole bug. Ugh. Shift up cursor to object, set origin to geometry. No! What? That doesn't make sense. Apply. I guess I'll transforms. Origins. Alright, you know what? You know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. I need to hit selection to cursor. Selection to cursor offset. Cool. Set origin to geometry. Fucking bitch. Alright, fine. Fine. Set origin to 3D cursor. That's done. There, now I'm gonna set origin to 3D cursor. You bitch! Is it because I didn't apply the thing first? Apply. I'll transform. Okay. Objects. Apply set origin to. Plug it in right there. Just do this for everything. Oh, I'm feeling lazy right now. I'm just gonna do it later. What time is it? I guess an hour is good enough. I'm actually gonna cut this one short, Spears. I'm getting pretty tired. My arm hurts. So I'll see y'all, I guess technically later today. I was gonna say tomorrow, but it's past midnight. So I'm out of here. You have a good night, morning, whatever it's called. Bye.